everybody. We're back, even though you didn't notice we were gone because we made magic happen.
We filmed that shit before we walked in the room.
Hell
and
yeah.
now it is done. And now
Yes.
it's closer to the time that you think it is here on the PhazeCast.
Exactly.
How was your trip, Joe?
I had a good time, man. I had a lot of seafood.
You went to Portland?
I went to Portland. On that fucking riverfront, I ate so much sashimi. I literally just had a plate, and I was just like, And my friend was just like, you really don't get good fish out in Colorado, do you? I'm like, no, I don't. Excuse me while I eat this fucking... Because we were like on like a patio thing overlooking the river, and it was at a hotel, and they had like a whole sashimi plate.
Whoa.
So I just was like, cool, here's my plate. Scoop. I'm gonna just sit over here. Ow. I love me some sashimi. Went to Powell's bookstore, bought like a shit ton of books. Bought a shit
What books?
ton
What books?
of books. Oh, I guess we could do that, yeah. I needed a copy of Neil Gaiman's American Gods.
I thought I saw Neil Gaiman in there, yeah.
Yep. I
never finished it.
Book of Spellslinger. It's a magic book series.
Don't know.
We'll see. I got a manga called Delicious Dungeon. This is pretty good. It's about like, a party of adventurers go into a dungeon. One of their peoples gets eaten and they get sent back to the beginning. They have to go rescue them and resurrect them, but they're afraid if they don't get there in time that they can't resurrect poop. So they have no time to get supplies, so they're like, we're going to eat monsters on the way as we go. So the whole thing is this weird, like, dungeon crawl, but also like, and here's what we do with a giant scorpion. We're going to make it into a hot pot. And it's comfy. It's comfy and weird, and I love it. We have The Grey Bastards.
What?
The Grey Bastards. It's a story about half-orcs defending humanity from regular orcs. And they're called the Grey Bastards because, they still hate orcs, and racism is a thing. The tagline is, live in the saddle, die on the hog. I don't know. I haven't read this yet. I don't know if it's an actual hog or if there's going to be motorcycles in this. So I'm excited. We have a memory called Empire. I bought it because it got an award in 2020. I haven't read it. And that giant spiky thing that you can't really see is actually like a fucking throne. And it's going to be like some high space political fantasy. And I'm down for that. I got Kaiju Preservation Society. This is a book about people who are trying to protect kaijus.
That one I would read.
Yeah.
That one I would for sure read.
It's about a dude for a food delivery app who delivers food to who delivers food to these guys who are about to go and do this. And it's one of his old friends. He's like, oh, hey, we need an extra hand. Do you want to do this? He's like, yeah, I hate delivering food. It sucks. And then he gets taken to a different dimension where these animals are at.
That's
and
awesome.
He's like, what the fuck? Excuse me?
I want to read that one.
And then I got Far Sector, which is a Green Lantern story. As previously stated, I'm into Green Lanterns. And this is a comic. I really like the art style so far. And I'll like anything Green Lantern. Even though Eric probably doesn't like the Green Lanterns.
I have never really read Green Lantern.
No, you don't like them because they're cops.
Well, I guess that maybe I wouldn't, but I don't read much DC as it is.
That's fair. That's fair.
So that was Joe's book club.
Yeah, that was my book club. We can go ahead and remove the Joe's Book Club banner that you've put on there since I started talking on it.
Did you like Rahul Kohli? Did you see Rahul Kohli?
That was great.
Last
that was
episode,
good.
he was there. He was there the whole time. Go back and watch last week's episode on YouTube, and you'll have a nice little treat. That sounds
Hollywood's
nice.
Bad boy.
I bet they have worse seafood than they do here in Arizona, which is saying something because it's bad here. We have a Long John Silver's here, which who?
There's a lot of Long John.
Maintains that.
There's Captain D's out here.
Captain D's.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't eat at any of them. They don't look good.
You gotta get the D over the Long John.
No, I like Long John Silver over Captain D's.
I went there for their Hush Puppies once.
Long John Silver's Hush Puppies are delicious.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Don't you knock the Hush Puppies now.
I wasn't. I went there for them.
Hush Puppies, good.
And I went to the drive-thru without shoes and had to pee real bad, and it took forever. And then I had a conflict about going in and peeing without my shoes on.
No, don't go into any fast food place without shoes on.
I know, I didn't.
No.
Anyway,
even McDonald's as a kid, what were we thinking?
Yeah, well, they're socks at least. You get socks for the play place.
Unless the kids were wearing sandals.
Am I blurry? Oh, there we go.
Flip-flops. Everything's so blurry.
Well, I also had a good trip. I went to Disneyland.
Yeah, you went to Disneyland.
I went to the beach, to the pier. It was nice. Disneyland's always a good time.
Did you collect any cool new things?
I got a talking Babu Frick, which I should have brought out here, but you can see him on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, Babu Frick.
Yeah, he's our pride and joy now.
He's your pride and joy now.
Got some
listen,
pins.
man. When you look past that the story makes absolutely no sense, the last movie had some fun moments.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's
Babu Frick.
It's like a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster of emotion. That is true.
It's fine. I mean, it's not fine. That movie.
It's not fine. It was a bad Star Wars movie. It made no sense. But I do like me some Babu Frick, and I also liked the character interactions. The characters were done well. Yeah.
C-3PO's funny in it. It's, the thing about Star Wars, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, Star Wars is like your family. You may not like them sometimes. There may be some weird ones, but they're still coming to dinner on Thanksgiving. And so you better just accept that.
Speaking of Star Wars, I guess.
Wait. Let me just say one thing. Let me just say one thing that might cause some controversy about Disneyland.
This might cause controversy?
No, maybe it won't. I think people hate this ride. Disney's California Adventure I went to for the first time. I went on the Spider-Man ride. By the way, the Cars ride, incredible. I don't like Cars much, but Cars Land, people are and raving about that.
Is it like a go-kart or...
No, so what you do is you go on a casual little ride through Route 66, and there's an animatronic mater that blew my mind. I don't know how they built this thing, but it's like a human-sized car, but he talks.
A human-sized
and he drives around. Well, a life-size car. He's life-size mater, but he's animatronic. And then after the thing, you go on a race, so you get next to another car, and you get to be like, "Fuck you! You're going down, little kids in that car." And then they both race. It's like a little roller coaster. It's fun.
Oh, okay.
It's really fun. But the Spider-Man ride. I went on the Spider-Man ride. I have now been to both parks in California. I've been to all 4 parks in Florida. I haven't been on every ride, but I can safely say that Spider-Man ride is the worst ride in any American Disney park. It's terrible. It is not only boring thrill-wise because you go very slowly on a little cart. It's just you do this, and you have to shoot little robots on the screen.
Oh, it's like an arcade
Spider-Man thing. But there are arcade games in Disneyland that are better than this. The Toy Story one is great. The Buzz Lightyear one is okay. This one is bad.
So I don't go to Disneyland because I'm not made of money. So you're telling me that they have the opportunity to make a Spider-Man ride, and their idea of a Spider-Man ride was an arcade shooting slow cart and not like a drop down where maybe Spider-Man saves you or
not swinging
or like a roller coaster that does some swinging around or even like a show one like Indiana Jones.
Nope. And that's the thing about it is that it's not only the most boring of that type of ride, but it also is just a total misuse of Spider-Man. I feel like they went full Avengers Spider-Man, because of course it's Avengers Campus there, but it's all like Tony Stark tech, which is the least interesting type of Spider-Man to me, and I think to a lot of people. So it was just like, oh, Iron Man made me this cool device, and now we're in it. It sucked. I hated it.
She was my family on the entire time. Did you not pick that up on the audio?
I don't know. We'll fix it in post.
Sure, that's more work for you, buddy. Speaking
of Star Wars,
you know who does a good ride?
Universal
based
Studios?
on superheroes.
Universal Studios?
Universal Six Flags.
Let
me tell you, the Superman ride was always fun, and then they made it was a lot. It was not too long ago. I mean, says the old man now. But when they made the Lex Luthor ride, they made it part of the Superman ride. So the Superman ride does this thing, right? The Lex Luthor ride is you rise up and get to the top, and then the Superman ride times it to go up And when it does that, you fall down as if Lex Luthor gets punched down to the ground by Superman.
That's better.
That's good. That's great. That's an interaction of 2 rides.
That's good.
But Spider-Man is
you go slowly in a cart, because the Toy Story one is like you go in a cart, but the games are a lot more engaging, and the cart like spins around a bit, so it's like kind of fun to even just be in the cart. This
Does
just
the Spider-Man
slowly goes,
cart not spin?
Nope, it just goes like this, slowly.
Is it like a turret, or is it like
nope, it's like a little cart, and you go. It would be fun, maybe.
You do this.
That's the motion. It like picks it up. So like that's neat. The technology about, but they did that in Legoland, dude. We went to Legoland and they have a thing where you throw ninja stars at the Ninjago people. It's like not impressive. Anyway, that ride sucks. It sucks
if you're
so
a kid,
bad.
I think that'd be fun because
if you were
kids just like to do the Spider-Man symbol all the time.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. It was fun to do that. But if you're like 5 maybe, but I feel like they could have at least in conjunction done a better ride with a kid's ride. That's the only Spider-Man thing. That's insane to me. It's terrible.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, but also like you're not a 5-year-old kid.
I know, but I'm telling you, the Buzz Lightyear one that's similar and the Toy Story one that's similar are way better, and it's fun for kids.
Because I remember going down the hallways in school. And I would do this.
Oh yeah, I did this everywhere. I was walking around just doing this. We got Andor to talk about. We watched Andor.
We got Andor to talk about. Andor. Okay. So
that's our actual topic today.
Yeah, that's true. Andor. Yeah. First immediate thoughts.
It's fine.
It's
I like it.
Just fine?
No, I like it's a lot of character interaction, which I love.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see where it goes. It's again just sort of like one of the. It's like we were talking about with She-Hulk. It's like it's hard to assess what it is from those 3 episodes. It was basically one long episode.
I think it's just about a dude joining a rebellion.
Yeah.
And then he's all like, and like, just the down, like you feel the downtroddenness as the episodes get further and further along. I thought you would enjoy the anti-cop propaganda. That was all of it.
Well,
Eric is ACAB. Anyway.
That's a complicated issue.
Oh, is it now? Is it now really? We've had different conversations. The Eric you know is a lie. I know where him boys.
I just
who he truly is.
I mean, there just isn't enough of it for me to make an assessment about anything really. I just don't know exactly. I mean, I get that it's about him joining the rebellion, but it was the setup. It was a decent setup. I was a little bit, and this is something that you're probably gonna hate, but I was a little bit disappointed that, like, I like on the ground Star Wars stuff. I liked Rogue One a lot. But there was not a whole lot that connected it directly to any other Star Wars, which I think is what they were going for. But it would have been nice to see, like,
give it a bit.
Yeah. I think
we haven't even met Mon Mothma yet.
That's the thing, is like I'm sure that there will be stuff later on. They were on a really distant planet, so like of course they're going to be the same.
They're on the rim. They're in the rim. I'm pretty sure they're in the rim.
It seemed like it anyway.
Most of the best Star Wars Rebel stuff happens in the rim.
Yeah, so I'll give it a pass there. They need time to work that out. It's fine. But I mean, I like the character interactions. I like the people that are in it. Diego Luna's great. I just don't know where it's going.
We're going to the rebellion.
Yeah.
That's where it's going. I really liked how they put the oppressive nature in it. Like you felt like this place was kind of a shithole full of people just trying to get by. And looking out for each other more than I thought it would. And it's only when somebody is a dumb, drunk idiot when things get ruined. Tim, you died for it, Tim.
Was that his name?
His name was Tim with 2 M's. T-I-M-M.
Of course it's got 2 M's. It's
Star
Wars.
Of course it's got 2 M's. It's Star Wars.
Kids be Tim.
I really liked how it was... Because, what was it? Oh, the dude from Thor, what's his name? I forget. His character was
Skarsgård. He's the eldest
Skarsgård. Oh, his
Mr.
character
Breaking
is
the
great
Waves.
so far. The conversation he has with Andor felt like the culmination of what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
It felt like he showed up, he started talking, and then I'm like, oh, they're okay. There's the hope. Because there was no hope throughout all this. There really wasn't any hope throughout that. And then there was. And then the whole city got involved. They introduced the weird hammer thing, the hua, dung, 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 in The Mandalorian, I think season 2, right?
Yeah.
And to see it brought back was like, oh, that's neat. They just do that in all the towns. But then to see it as like, no, this is us. This is how we tell people to, rally and fuck the oppressors. And it was like, oh, this is great. And then, who was that actress? Was that McGonagall? Was that McGonagall?
No, you know who it was? It was Aunt Petunia. I looked it up because I did the same thing. I was like, that is a lady from Harry Potter.
That's a Harry Potter
and
character.
I don't know who it is.
I haven't watched Harry Potter in forever.
Yeah.
But no, that's Aunt Petunia. Somehow taking care of kids. Uh-oh.
I know, she did the opposite of what she does in Harry Potter.
Opposite. But her little speech, that was good. That was some Star Wars shit. That was some good Star Wars. They're like, you complain about the sound, but it's what happens when the sound's over. And then the cop is like, wait, what happens? What happens when the sound's over?
Was it Robbie Rotten? I forget.
Retribution.
The main
a reckoning is coming, and I'm like, hell yeah.
The main security guard, did you notice he kind of reminded me of Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town? He's got like a strong chin.
Mm-hmm. I like this version of an Imperial villain, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not...
It's lower level. All
the other Imperial villains we fought have been these conniving, really, really... you have Thrawn, you have Moff Tarkin, you have dude in the cape from Rogue One. I forget his name.
Krennic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you because I think in this situation you have a villain who thinks that they're doing the right thing.
Well, he was also shut her up, and he did immediately shoot first at some Jawas.
Yeah, but he's got at least he's got at least motivation because he's like, yes, this person died. I need to figure it out.
Yeah, two people died. Yeah, so he's not. It's very gray. He's still not a good person, I don't think.
No.
He has good intention, maybe, and that's different than a lot of other Empire villains that we've seen. Most Empire villains do not have a good intention. They are
right, exactly,
just assholes.
Yeah, they're just doing it to be evil most of the time.
And then the thing too was he's like, I don't want this swept under the rug. Why are we sweeping this under the rug? 2 people are dead. Mm-hmm. That's fucked up. And then, of course, he's being coerced and he's not being manipulated, but I think he's being kind of groomed almost. This is what real people of the Empire do. We find our traitors and we kill them mercilessly, and we bring in a bunch of force, and and I'm like, that actor's great too. I forget the name of the character, but he was in Game of Thrones, so.
Are you thinking of the guy who looks like he's in Game of Thrones? He looks like he's the bastard.
No, I'm talking about the older corpo lieutenant who agreed with him. He's like, I agree. We should really hunt him down. Yes, let me get people together and tell him how it is and basically show you.
I don't remember who he played.
Game of Thrones. He played the dude from. He was in Winterfell for a bit. Then he followed Lord Aaron. He had the big rounded off armor and cape, and he was forced to work with Littlefinger for a while until the scene where they fucking kill Littlefinger, and he's like, I asked you to take me back to the Vale, and he's like, nah, I ain't doing that, dude. That guy.
I think I was in that. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, dude. Star Wars is just recasting all the Game of Thrones actors. Have you not noticed that with all the new content we've been making?
They also recast Aunt Petunia and a lookalike Robbie Rotten. Rest in peace.
Did he die?
Yeah, dude. He died of bile duct cancer. It was very sad. He was 40.
Oh, shit. Maybe he really was rotten.
What? Oh my god! How do we recover from that?
I didn't watch Lazy Town. I wasn't a kid when Lazy Town was out.
Me either, but it's a fun show. It's got some good songs in it.
Like, it's an easy way to make a bigger cake. Yeah! Like, there's gray is great. Okay! Yeah.
Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Is that Lazy Town? I thought that was a YouTube video I saw of a ninja with a shovel on his dick, and he was using it to dig up the earth. Put it up.
No!
You'll find it. Oh, he'll find it. It's okay. He's fully clothed. There it is.
That is not what that's from.
Because he has to.
That is not. I am appalled by this line of thought.
No, you're Eric.
I'm losing my mind. You know,
I really like the new droid in Andor. He was
I like
great.
him too.
I like old man droid who's too tired and has to power down every now and again.
Stuttery and cute. They're gonna
he
sell
looks
toys
like
of that for
a fucking
sure.
mop bucket. I like him. He looks like a fucking moving mop bucket.
They're giving ILM work. I'll tell you. Is ILM even doing it anymore? I don't even know.
I don't know. I also liked the step droids. That was great. That was stupid. That should not be a droid.
I don't remember the step droids.
So in episode 3, the dude lands. Skarsgård lands on the ship, right? And the ship still kind of hovers. So you see a droid where its head is like just folded downstairs, just, and then it just becomes stairs. A droid's whole purpose is to become stairs for people to just walk down a lift. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? That's terrible. That's your life. That's what you do.
You did not have to give that sentience. It did not have to know what exists.
What is my purpose? You pass butter. Oh my god.
You know, I've noticed that there's been pretty positive reaction to this in a way that there hasn't been in a long time.
Star Wars.
Yeah, well, Star Wars fans, I feel like, are responding pretty positively to this, and I think that maybe it has to do with the fact that my thought was that Disney has underestimated how many adults like Star Wars. And that this is a little more of an adult show, and it's kind of enjoyable to watch it because of that.
We're TV-14 now, bitches.
Yeah.
We implied a sex scene.
Uh-huh. And they said bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard them say bastards, I was like,
Did you like the entranceway to a whorehouse? We'll give you the entranceway to a whorehouse.
And they will imply what happens in here.
I really like the opening shot of Andor. Where he's like walking and it's raining and there's like those weird bubbles.
Oh.
And then people are dancing in the bubbles and I'm like, is this what I think it is? Because even
the
though that's
red
a
light
monkey,
district, baby.
It's the Blue Orb District is what we call it in Star Wars. Hell yeah.
I think though, I mean, would you agree? I think that has a lot to do with it. I think that the reason that kids get into Star Wars is because parents tell them about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, it's Star Wars. It's cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Don't play Star Wars.
I mean, that's the reason that I got into Star Wars. Was my mom was like, check out this cool thing.
Yeah, nice.
You know.
I think it's mostly also because of what you said, how there's no like greater connection to the Star Wars universe yet. There's not a lot to criticize about how you're getting it wrong if you're like, this is a new planet. These are new characters.
Good point.
This is the rebellion.
Like, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
They're like, there's nothing for you to even say about this.
You can't be not the Star Wars if you're not anyone's Star Wars.
I mean, I think that's a smart way for them to go, though, in the future. The Star Wars universe is so vast, and it goes for, like, thousands of years.
Great world.
They should start some nice The Old Republic stuff. You know,
they'll fuck that up. And it's not going to be their fault. It's not even going to be a fuck-up. People are just going to be mad about it.
I mean, people are mad about anything.
People clamor about Knights of the Old Republic forever, and then as soon as we get it, there's going to be one thing wrong, and the world will turn into a shitstorm.
Maybe, but at least you can stand up on its own a bit. It doesn't need to be so Skywalker Saga adjacent, which this eventually will be. But that's fine too.
This leads to Rogue One, but like. Yeah. I don't think it's directly Rogue One because we have Andor just joining, and it's 5 years before.
Did they de-age him a little bit? It looks like they took the bags out from under his eyes in some scenes.
No, I don't think so.
Just very lightly.
No, I think he looks fine.
Dude, then Diego Luna's got some great skin. He's like 43.
I mean,
How does he do it?
He's an actor in Hollywood.
That guy's got some nice skin. Good job, Diego.
Don't be weird.
What do you mean be weird? He's a handsome guy. He's got nice skin. That's fine.
Yeah, stop saying
All right,
that.
let me tell you about the Rings of Power episode 4 real quick.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me...
Okay.
Let me try to hone this in. We're an episode behind now because we were out of town. We're going to catch up, and I'm going to have 2 episodes at some point, and you're going to hate that because I'm going to remember less.
I finally saw the giant, by the way.
Somebody... Yeah, okay,
Before we
good.
get started
He's
with
not
this,
a giant.
I saw what he looked like.
He's not a giant.
That's fucking Gandalf. I hate you so
That's
goddamn much.
Gandalf?
Of course it's Gandalf! Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Oh, you mean the man who could cast magic and is wearing grey and has a grey beard and hangs out with the hobbits? Is Gandalf?
Oh, because that's why he loves going and visiting the hobbits, because they
Yes!
saved him. So, in this episode, you get... So, my favorite part, absolutely, Elrond and Durin, their relationship, him and the dwarf, love it. It's
Bros
the best.
being bros?
It's the best. The best part. They're all, conflicted.
But when does Elrond be sad?
I don't know. But Durin finds Mithril, and that's the big reveal in this. He's like, we found a new ore. And then they hear a roar in the cave. Is it the Balrog? I'm starting to make connections, Joe. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
I think they have to go fight the Balrog. I don't know, because they're in the cave, and that's, in the Lord of the Rings, the dwarf cave is empty.
Yep.
This might be it. It was great. Then Galadriel and her friend are in the place, and at the end of the thing with them, all I remember is how this episode ended.
Okay.
Because she's like, oh, the woman who's like, she's not the king of Numenor, but she's like the person. She's like, I can't believe you stole scrolls from us. You should go to jail too. And then a tree blooms, and she changes her mind entirely. At the end, a tree blooms, and she's like, because that tree bloomed, we're actually going to help the elves now, and we're going to go to the Southlands. Which, somebody explained to me on TikTok, is what eventually becomes Mordor. Which really got my gears going. I'm connecting the dots, because in Mordor is that elf guy. The elf guy escapes from the orcs. That's why the orcs are there, dude. It's because it's Mordor.
Yes.
He escapes. And at the same time, somewhere in the Southlands, there's like a group of people.
What elf guy?
The elf guy who got stuck in the pit in the last episode, and the orcs were like, dig the pit or else. And he was like, I won't dig the pit. And he tried to escape, and all his friends died. He finally escapes. He escapes, and he meets up with this woman so there's like people who are like living in Mordor, and they're like, we have no food, we have no money, we can't do anything. And he saves somebody, this woman who also survived. And that's the end of their little thing, is they escape from the orcs in the Southlands.
Okay.
Because he went there to find the black milk cow, I think. And then Isildur, who I know who that is.
Isildur.
I know who that is.
Uh-huh.
He meets up with the stone cold babe of the show so far. I forget her name, but I got a real crush on her, man.
Galadriel?
No, she's an apprentice to somebody in a town that God only knows where they were. Okay. Galadriel's, but I got a crush on the whoever this is.
Okay, sure.
She's great.
Sure.
I don't know what she does. I don't know what Isildur does, but Isildur was on a boat. Isildur, before he meets the lady at this thing, he's on a boat, and when he's on the boat, they're like, dude, make the boat go, and he decides to not make the boat go. He's like, I'm not gonna make the boat go. And they're like, why didn't you make the boat go, Isildur? And then they land where the hottie is, and they land there, and his friend, who's on the boat with him, is like, why did you do that? I can't believe your dad's always talking about the real Numenor. Because apparently his dad's like a Numenor conspiracy theorist or something. They were trying to go to Numenor, but that's not the real Numenor. So they gotta go with the real Numenor. And Isildur is like, no, we're gonna stay here. And then he meets that girl, and then they talk, and then that's the end of his thing. Then, the hobbits, I don't think they were in this episode. There was no Gandalf. That's Gandalf?
That's Gandalf, you dumb shit.
Wow. Who else is in this show? Dwarfs. We cover the dwarfs. She sang a song at the end. The dwarf, Durin's wife, I think it is, sings a song to appease the rocks. Doesn't work. Still gotta go fight the Balrog, probably. Celebrimbor is in a thing talking about Elrond's dad. He's like, oh, your dad loved you. Elrond and Durin, though, they're the best.
Good.
It's because it's character interaction, dude, that you don't get often in fantasy stuff because they're too busy explaining where the hell they are on the map. So that's what I like. I like it. It was a good episode. It was really good.
I feel like you said Celebrimbor was talking to Elrond?
Yeah, about his dad.
Okay.
He was like, you looked like your dad standing there, and he got all sad. He's like, I didn't really know my dad.
Okay. Okay. So you don't think there's anything important I would have missed anywhere else for your explanation?
Is this a setup?
No, this is a question.
I don't think so. I forget. There's some orc stuff. Oh, then there's a guy, one of the guys in Mordor gets a hilt of a sword, and then the orcs want it real bad, and he hides in a well, and they hit him in the head with something, and then it shoots fire, and they're like, give me that! And he's like, no!
The sword hilt shoot fire?
Well, it forms in fire into a sword, and then he, I think, uses it against an orc, and the orc is like, ow!
That seemed really cool.
The end.
And important. Okay.
It was cool. It was cool. I don't know what it was.
Gotcha.
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you what. I don't know why that tree was so important. I don't know what the sword's importance was.
Neither do I. I haven't watched these. I guess I've decided not to watch it at all until it's over.
But I do know
we've done these.
Elrond and Durin are bros, and they swore on a rock. They swore. That was the other thing.
Oh, that's
They
important.
touched a rock, and they were like, "We're best friends for the rest of time."
Oh, what's gonna happen now?
Oh, something bad. Oh, I'm sure that Durin's gonna get killed by the Balrog, and it's gonna be tragic, dude. I don't even know. It probably happened in this most recent episode that's already out. I don't know.
Yeah. Fuck.
We'll find out next week.
Next week.
You got any final closing thoughts on Andor?
I think it's gonna be a very more adult romp into the darker side of the Star Wars universe, where you feel that like, no, we want, there are people who want to fight and who want like to just be free, and we're gonna see how those people like go into rebellion, whether that be a darker side, because I know Saw Gerrera's in the show, and I love to see Saw Gerrera being a dark piece of shit.
The ball got it.
He fucking... Goddamn, Saw Gerrera is great. And I want to see... I really like this Empire dude. Like, I want to see where his story goes. Snitches get stitches, Tim, and that's why you're dead. On the street. You fucking dumb shit.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah.
I am waiting for Robbie Rotten to sing. And until that happens, I will be disappointed in the show.
I don't... You're disappointed in the show.
No, I thought it was great. I think it's a good setup. It basically was like an hour and a half long first episode.
Yeah.
And I am interested to see where it goes. I want K2SO to show up.
Yeah. That'll be
I'm
good.
sure that he will.
Good. That'll be good.
But I won't act like a big baby if he doesn't, like some people on the internet.
I mean, he's on the cast.
He is?
He's on the cast list.
Alan
Tudyk's
Tudyk?
on the cast list.
Hey! I love that guy.
I mean, I thought you're like, yeah, no, he's on the cast list. What are you talking? Say with Mon Mothma and all them.
Oh yeah, Mon Mothma. Yeah, Mon Mothma's cool.
We don't know that though.
Well, in Rogue One, you get to know Mon Mothma a little
like
bit.
not really. Like we don't know everything we know about Mon Mothma is like from books and stuff. So I hope she has kind of a bigger role. I really do.
Because Mon Mothma is cool. That's our show, everybody. We'll see you next week. Where
everybody.
I will spend 30 minutes describing 2 episodes of The Rings of Power, and nothing else will happen that entire episode.
Andor! Anyway, thanks for spending some of your time with us. Goodbye, everybody.
Do what you want, because a pirate is free. You
are
a pirate.
You're filthy!
Being a pirate is alright to be.